as we jump into this one of the picks I have my eye on is the Syndra, that I am not a huge fan of right now. I think has really left a lot of teams with not very many options if they do lose control of the game, even though it's ShowMaker.
I have one more Ben & Jerry in the freezer. I'm gonna eat that and no more garbage.
Is what they want to do in this draft, or if they're going to adapt a little bit here. Doctor and Poppy gone here. Smash, or rather, Lucid losing
the final Ben & Jerry, bro.
The Jarvan, so a lot of focus on the jungle here from G2.
Yep, the jungle Vayne also going to be taken away, so 5 junglers now have been removed. That's a joke, everyone. Vayne is likely a top lane answer. We'll see what that means as far as what Siwoo wants to be playing, or whether he is going to be blind picking something like a Gnar towards that top side of the map. One more ban to come through here for G2. And the Orianna up and available.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, G2 versus DK.
That have been very first pickable. And
first pick for Dplus Kia.
Here for G2. I think Viktor first pick is actually kind of a good idea for Dplus once again, based on that
G2 first pick.
Demonstrate does kind of work.
It works really well. Syndra
Atlus
first pick would make me worried.
Vi's up, never mind.
Vi is available, and with all the other jungle bans we have here, it is very, very strong. And at this point, to grab it early, there's so many different archetypes you could build this Vi with in terms of bottom lane follow-up, top lane with Siwoo's Ambessa he's super well known for. Let's see what the response is going to be here for
first
G2.
pick Vi. Poppy is out, Jarvan is out.
Here, or for
this is going to be a Ziggs Camille for G2.
In the bottom lane with our awesome dude meta here.
Yep.
Ziggs will be the first to go.
Yeah, Ziggs Camille could just be the
guys, Perks is backstage because they sent in their roster change too late.
That's if they want to play.
There are roster deadlines that teams need to follow.
I think a lot of our other Camille players in this tournament thus far, and it is a risk.
The Susan into Vi lock-in.
I love this, and this is what we were talking about all MSI. We didn't get any Susan. I know that it was played in the LEC, it was played in the LCS as well. Thanks, Griffin. And
Jean Reno locking Nasus.
Because I think the last time I cast Nasus being played in the jungle, it was like Spirit playing it or Peanut playing it all those years ago.
I wonder how they're going to solve damage mix. Viktor very likely going both into Ziggs.
Real good. Okay, the Viktor that we were talking about though is going to come in.
Yeah,
but G2 have last pick, so they will have full information for caps.
Feels fairly strong here because it's great.
I think G2 can easily consider picking top lane here on 3.
Looking for the Camille themselves. This just allows Labrov to lock in that.
You know,
Leona third, though.
Yeah.
If there was no,
I'd rather see the Leona side of this matchup. It's been doing so well this tournament. It also works well.
It was if there was no nameplates, I would say you have to pick Jace here and to ban for Jace.
And I think that means this Leona is
but
guaranteed for Labrov in this final spot. You will not have the opportunity to pick it if
you know.
Yeah, the other option.
I don't need to say it about Jace.
An Ari or something like that, if you do want to deny it, but I guess you do have some bans for that one. So I would expect the Leona should be coming on through here, and there it is. It's also
Leona match
coordinated with the Ziggs, which I think is somewhat important to get that synergy on the bottom side.
It's just such a strong lane. It always has been. Now the Viktor Camille is specifically what we saw from Dplus Kia just yesterday in their matchup against Fury.
No mama, Uganda Warrior, twoja mama.
Definitely have been working on that one, have been scrimming it.
Yep.
Given the history of Labrov thus far in this tournament, and
twoja mama lubi Abu Dhabi,
especially with how well Leona's been doing, that Dplus opt this way rather than the other way around.
I'm just joking.
Viktor could
I'm sorry.
And now it feels less likely.
Yeah, and I wonder whether it's because they feel like Viktor into Leona is kind of all right. I believe that was what
I'm
they
joking,
I'm joking.
Yeah, the last time around.
Your poll is not bad, my poll is
good.
good.
To do with that. Not entirely sure. That game didn't have a lot to do with the 2v2.
Syndra ban when enemy is showing Viktor. I don't know about that flow.
Smash just sitting in the bottom lane, getting a whole bunch of money, and then using it all to destroy Furia. Okay, but Syndra are going to be taken away from ShowMaker, and they are assuming that Viktor is once again
Regatoni.
Lane, which I think is a good
we out here banging in Regatoni when Jason Nara is available. Did both of these teams just agree that we are not playing?
But one of the things that is a little bit scary to consider is a Gnar pick when the Vayne is banned away.
Jace.
Very blind.
Jace is just permabanned.
I think would work well with either of these.
It's a ban BrokenBlade Regatoni.
Definitely one I have on my mind right now as a safe one, as the Renekton is taken away the Ambessa, which is great for follow-up on the Camille and the Vi here. Makes a ton of sense, especially with.
I think Leona is a better answer in the Camille than Jace, than
ban. We'll see whether it is
Shen.
Be, like, there is still Varus and things like that. If you do want to be playing something that's susceptible to an AD carry towards that top side, maybe that's where
I did see the DK wave scandal.
Could still flex this Viktor mid and play Mel, Camille in the bottom lane or something crazy like that. You know, there's a lot.
I think Stevie Max should be paid to call his players
we'll see
the ace.
Now removed
the ace of failure.
A lot of trades here. Well, one top ban a piece, one mid ban a piece, or technically bottom.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice. They're just playing a game of chicken, you know. Who is going to pick Jace?
I think it's fine. The
Ryze.
Going to be a consideration here. Theoretically blind.
And that's why we banned the Syndra. And with Cassio out, it's not too bad. It's just that G2 is insanely AP heavy.
Can help empower the long range.
So we're just gonna have a Jace Yorick situation.
From the Ziggs, and it's been a pick. I've been calling.
I really don't know why the DK drama is that popular. I've had about 50 people come in here and ask me, "Did you see the post about DK? They have financial issues. They're not paying their players. Somebody sued them. Let them declare bankruptcy. Players pay first." It is what it is.
Perhaps the Gnar pick, but that's a Trundle. Where is everything going?
Bro is hovering Trundle. Bro is hovering Trundle. Don't pick Trundle again.
Support for the Camille jungle and the top 5, and
that makes sense. You can use
No. Don't go Trundle again.
That was used
oh, thank God.
2018.
A blind Olaf will be the choice.
That looks a
blind Olaf.
Or a jungler, I guess.
Pretty good into Nasus as well. To be able to just ignore the slow and get on top of him.
And you can also ignore a whole lot of what Leona wants to do as well.
So Viktor and Taliyah can both go bot lane.
Annoying. The satchel as well is the only way that Ziggs is going to be keeping himself.
And now BB Kled.
Shooting himself away with said satchel. So I think the Olaf value is definitely going to be high.
Gnar over Kled. Why?
Times is BrokenBlade actually thinking of going for the Gnar as the answer?
I kind of feel like when I look at this draft, a lot of the choices that Dplus gave to G2 are super obvious, right? Even though the Ryze isn't that common, it was available. It is.
All right, guys, I will repeat this for the final time, and then I'm going to ignore it.
The Leona was straight up.
These two things: Dplus having financial problems, players not getting paid. That's really bad. I hope they sue them. I hope they figure it out. They are breaking laws. I'm sure the Dplus players will be fine because they actually have esports bodies that care about the law and so forth. So I'm sure they'll be fine. Very sad that they don't get paid. Second, Perkz is not on stage because they didn't submit the right roster before the deadline. There's rules in place that force you to actually send in a roster way far ahead of the tournament so people don't change players randomly ahead of competition and so forth for competitive integrity. And the same thing applies for coaches. Perkz was not submitted as a coach to go on stage, so Rodrigo goes on stage and Perkz is backstage with the team, with just watching the games and doing his coaching.
In our previous series were experimentation, especially in the match against
Who won draft here?
Thinking, okay, these are some unusual ones. They're feeling it out. But now I feel like this is Dplus's read on the meta. They want.
Honestly, I don't know what I think about the Nasus value. Like, who do you W really in this game?
Whereas G2.
Like your W value is not so high. I don't know what to think about the Nasus. I feel like Vi is just going to outvalue Nasus here.
They look very prepared.
Yeah, and they've also had a lot more experience in this meta as well, especially on big stages as the patch has not changed since MSI.
Why not just put Dylan Falco in as a coach if that's who you submitted?
And sometimes they just merge into one, and other times one of them explodes. And I don't know whether the merge.
Yo, Dylan, we screwed up our paperwork and we didn't think about the roster lock. Can you come with us? You want to go to Paris? You want to awkwardly go on stage when we've all agreed that we're moving on?
Just not immediately, as we are going to be starting with a little bit of a delay. Some mice getting moved around.
I understand the isolated jungle matchup. You're happy to play Nasus into Vi because she can't pressure you. But will you be useful in the game? I don't know.
Keep themselves alive at EWC.
I was casting with Hysterics at the end of the day yesterday. It feels like it's been a while since you and I have cast together as a result.
Yeah, it's been a day.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a long time, Wolf.
I know.
A really, really long time.
I don't know. Doesn't Olaf just run this game, guys?
Really did.
Glad that
I think Olaf just runs this game.
Victor,
I'm sorry to say it,
with
G2
the
fans,
Camille,
but I actually
is
think
going
Olaf just
to
runs this
cross
game.
the jungle and grab this ward early and start Raptors on the other side here, though. SkewMond is coming over.
I do think
with
G2 is the better
Labrov
team.
to potentially
Like, G2 is
stop
definitely
this
better than
level
Dplus.
one, as Smash is
So the
very
question
far
is, do we
away
believe
from the
the
minion
ace of failure is gonna
Ryze
carry?
moving over here as well, though, and this is kind of frustrating for G2 because they were trying to go for the other side jungle, and you can see they've got a.
But look how useless Nasus is level 1, bro.
Enemy side of the map.
It's so useless level 1 that they are getting 2v3'd. I don't know if you guys have ever played Nasus jungle in solo queue or in any game. Your champion is so dog shit useless early levels. It's unbelievable. It's actually unbelievable.
Yeah, and there's another hook shot to come down. Labrov taking even more damage. Does have that aftershock to help him out. But this is DK playing with a lot of tempo in this early game.
You farm your Q very fast.
Very nicely.
Whoa!
Right in front of them.
He ignited and then canceled the base. That's hilarious.
Actually going to eat the ignite as well. That's actually high value. Wasn't able to interrupt as the hook shot is going to be able to land on Hansama, but Korea tanking a turret shot is not exactly optimal. X-Tech sweep for a little bit of damage, but good bouncing bomb there from the Ziggs.
Hansama just not able to get level 2, so has to wait for his minions to get a little closer, just leech as much
They're getting
experience
paid
as
in.
possible. We talked about how it can't be quite.
They're getting paid in WoW spuds, guys.
By Undertow's level 1, also going to have to be a little bit more timid. We'll see.
Why are we out here roaming level 1, bro?
Levels under his
Labrov, go get experience, son. You're level 1.
Maybe get a flash.
Labrov!
Incredibly respectfully knowing that.
What is this map open? You're level 1, Labrov.
By now, and he's not.
Son!
Labrov is called out here. And
Labrov!
Yeah, ShowMaker.
You're mad! You just missed 2 waves, bot lane!
Back into the meta here after the
Hank!
did sort of as it developed, the Taliyah was picked up as an answer to the Ryze, and is
It's Jover.
that ShowMaker has enjoyed. Korea really going for a wander.
It's actually Jover.
The jungle, maybe looking for an opportunity topside. Is the Undertow going to get picked up here? Shoot, not going to be able to find the next one. And Korea making his way over. See whether he can actually get an angle towards BrokenBlade. It looks like he feels like he cannot. Lucid is clearing. I think he's 3 buffs
Guys,
so far.
we're going to game 2.
Scuttles.
This could be a huge win here for Dplus if they could get BrokenBlade. If Korea can actually set this up. Oh, doesn't look like it's going to happen here, though. So we'll see that back come through. Lucid going to go over here and try to control this camp a little bit further. Obviously, Nasus scales incredibly well, more than most junglers, but if his camps keep getting taken away, he's going to really slow that down.
Alright, Labrov is level 2, God bless him.
Yep. Siphoning strikes are a little bit harder to stack up.
Labrov level 2, gets bonked. SkewMond is level 3. I don't know, bro.
Going to see him out. Labrov down to 100 health as the punch goes through.
G2's just cosplaying, bro.
To kill him, but still, G2 gonna get
like, legitimately, like, their champs are just cosplaying.
Again, little popcorn chickens come over. At least he gets a Q stack from that one, but Lucid will get rid of the rest.
It's just such a draft gap. I don't know, bro.
Starving time in the early game.
He's starving, Atlus.
Vi is bullying him, guys. Vi is bullying the jungle. Vi is completely Goomba bullying. BrokenBlade is mega. Lucid with the smite. Queuing out. Ryze is Roman. ShowMaker making Maker. Maybe to get a flash, a ghost from Caps. He just ghosts. Ooh, fast hands. Fastest hands in the land. ShowMaker with the dodge against Labrov. Caps flashes into the wall. Oh, G2.
Hit the Zenith on the flash either. Double fail flash from G2 and Dplus walk it off. After the kill goes in the bottom lane, SkewMond is starving, 400 gold behind nearly here over Lucid in this early game.
Vi is weak early, but not against Nasus, bro. Nasus spells literally do nothing, bro. Labrov getting some solo XP, well earned. God bless his soul.
Labrov pulls the minions away, maybe not gonna actually pick that one up, but let's go back to this play here. The flash from Career denying the satchel. Great reaction time there to make sure Hans could not get out.
That was really, really well done from Korea. Just kind of reading the play from Hansama. He obviously needed to walk to the other side of the satchel, and so understood. Needed to flash, make sure that the hookshot is going to be able to work out. So very, very nicely done. secured that. Hansama now getting pushed out by Smash, who
It's just that they picked Nasus so early, you know?
is continuing to look so
They picked Nasus so early that we're in a situation where, like, what does... Wither has zero value this game. Zero, bro. Who are we withering, bro? People don't play ADCs anymore, you know? Like, you can wither enemy AD, alright. But do you think Viktor cares, bro? He just wants you to join the glorious revolution.
Dplus Kia. Everything can go wrong. And we'll just have to see whether they can keep it stable, keep it all right, and finish it off.
We saw a pretty incredible start for them against Furia yesterday, and then Furia kept it pretty interesting for that first game. Game 2 a little bit different, but either way, the level 1's really working out so disastrously here for G2. I mean, Caps has no flash. They're just going to continue to threaten him here. And Labrov comes over a level
Lucid is 6 against SkewMond's 5. Good luck in esports. Alright, nice E-buffer there from Career. And they get the red somehow. How do they get the red? Career has E in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
This was Lucid's most
G2 losing to Volunteers.
He had an entire year where they just didn't lose. If he got this champion, he would not die. He would kill everyone. He would be everywhere. It has since not necessarily been as much of an ace in the hole, but as we can see here, he's still got the
skills. We're going back to Lucid's challenger days. I think anyone who faces Dplus Kia better hope that at least jungle doesn't come back either. That was another crazy one. As we do have a bit of a ward here to deny Career from making a second play here on the Hansama. I notice Hansama's kind of constantly set up in
maybe we
zone.
just...
He doesn't know full
what
information about where everybody
what if
is.
EU teams just stop paying their players?
Him a lot of farm. He's 530.
Will they get motivated?
Right
like,
several waves of farm have been denied from him as here comes a bit of an all-in.
Yeah, he's ghosting. Looking for the angle towards the mini now. BrokenBlade gonna have to flash to get out of the way. That undertow as Siwoo has to buy. Just take a little bit of a detour in order to pick up the axe. But
oh, the axe, bro. He sent it to Zimbabwe, bro.
And you can see the axe is a
Q and 1, Q and 1, Q and 1, Q 1. Oh, and Ziggs TP2.
Goes the Gnar from 0-8 to solo killing BrokenBlade. A much better look here for Siwoo.
Much better here. I don't think the Ziggs TP is going to do Hansama any favors, by the way. Bottom lane completely open right now.
And this is the problem. I mean, Lucid's taking the grubs. There's a free turret there for Smash.
I mean, consider also if BrokenBlade hadn't left there, which makes basically it's guaranteed he's going to die.
The ace of failure just solo killed BrokenBlade.
From this Olaf as well. It's very scary. This is just so much control right now for Dplus. 2,000 gold lead.
Olaf was blind picked and they picked Gnar into it.
How well the money is spread.
I really thought they're gonna pick Led, you know.
Right now is such a problem.
What's up with G2? Yeah, I don't know. They're picking Nasus 1-2 and
he hits the slow and he knows he can
are getting clippily clapped.
For the play here, has his ult, forces the flash here. The Hansama is like, I gotta come up here and try to bail him out, so he commits the TP, and this means that, you know, the Gnar is just stuck at this awkward spot. He has to run left, and Hansama is just.
Is Nasus jungling a thing?
And you can see Siwoo
uses an answer into weak early game junglers.
On their way up. As you can see,
bro, this EWC camera makes it look so much darker.
A fun matchup for some of our
was that a yawn?
like
or was that an emote?
Joining that club in this particular game. And this was, I'm trying to remember back, because you were there with me, Wolf. Was this one of Siwoo's like first champions that he played in the Kesper Cup when he debuted for Dplus? I'm pretty sure it was.
I think it is, and I think it was one of those eclectic picks. But he has so many of them. Lowy most recently, I think, is his most notable. But before we can talk about it further, might have another orange buff situation here. His career, okay, will be seen on this ward. BrokenBlade is just going to have to back
Nasus stacks, so we scaled better.
Here from this
I don't know, Susan has 150 stacks.
Career's still going to be rotating over, and they should be able to get the crash. The undertow will land. Might be difficult to stay underneath the turret, but at least the Gnar is in a good spot here for BrokenBlade. So BB going to live by just hanging out and taking down these creeps. G2 going to try and slow this game down. 2,500 gold.
The Mercs are so OP as well for all of the players on DK.
3 grubs have been taken. The first Drake has been taken. The second one is going to be 1 minute away. And I don't know whether G2 are going to be fight ready at that stage. A 30 CS gap in the jungle as well. That is so many camps going over to Lucid, but at least the Protoplasm harness has been completed here for the Nasus.
Yeah, so at least he has that really...
Protoplasm first on Nasus is nice. He's a 20 abilities. A lot of HP.
Yeah,
I like it.
It's
Where's Susan coming from?
It's a budget item.
I think Griffin played it first, remember correctly.
But it's made out of fully recyclable materials.
Absolutely.
And it's good for the environment. And that's why he's in the jungle.
The gold here at Atlus 2, it's just really a bit of a struggle overall for G2 right now. But this game is not by any means over. Nope. It's just a really, really tough time as Labrov will be able to eclipse and walk away here. I think for G2 right now, you need to find your moment. You need to find an opportunity, or otherwise just simply give up some early objectives. The fact that 3 grubs have gone over to this Dplus roster is a huge problem, as Smash is just pre-hitting this turret for so long here.
That's
you don't want to try to, for example, contest
some great casting there.
Right now with no control whatsoever. Surely.
Yeah,
surely.
Well, SkewMond is going to walk on down.
Wither on Camille, what a counter.
Well. Hey, they're starting to break through a little bit here.
Labrov and River. Here comes Susan. Susan only has 100 stacks. It looks fun to play Susan. Susan. Caps. Yeah. Labrovador. CC chain on Lucid. Lucid with a beautiful flash over the Ryze Q. GG.
ShowMaker. She was fighting against Han Summer in the top lane.
GG. Mr. Zane, thank you for the 20 months.
That was a bit of a rough one, and I think from our perspective, right, you know, the casters had the full vision, full information. It just didn't look likely that G2 were going to be able to pull off the contest.
Yeah, Dplus had a really good level 1 plan, level 2 plan, level 3 plan. Snowballed on it.
The amount of information G2 had, it probably still looked like a bad idea.
Just trying to be nice, Atlus. I don't think it was a good play here. Now, you have Realm Warp to play around in this fight, but unfortunately, they don't have...
Honestly, Kato should buy Damwon, for real.
SkewMond bounce over the wall here and go, and he's just
Kato buys Damwon.
And the harness isn't going to be strong enough to actually keep you alive here. So now there's no contest on Dragon. Labrov was a ragdoll in this
It's his
fight.
favorite team. Is Kato a real Damwon fan if he doesn't buy them?
Camille, but can't actually do otherwise.
Buy the team and then name them Damwon Kia.
ShowMaker is going to be able to finish off this Gnar. Man, the Camille combination with this Taliyah, the hookshot getting the stun from all over the rift. And then adding to that,
sub in
the
Nemesis.
shove from this Taliyah, not to mention the
Put ShowMaker ADC.
used alongside this so many times from these 2 players. Dplus just looking so extraordinarily comfortable.
Who are you sending to Brazil?
Well, I was
The
just
Nasus,
not
bro.
expecting, based on what we'd seen in their previous games, AGAL really made DK look very uncoordinated. And in this one, they're like a well-oiled machine.
I mean, you could almost make the argument about that last Dragon fight that G2 knew they were in a bad spot, trying to go for the element of surprise, trying to play through that SkewMond blast cone engage, right? But just Dplus were so ready, and so much of this game was about the level 1. So much about this, so much of this game was about the early jungle pathing, where SkewMond got nothing and Lucid got everything, and then this Nasus was put so far behind that they couldn't actually keep up with the tempo in the lanes. And speaking of, like, Caps can't farm here, can't defend this turret.
That's a 6K gold lead, guys.
And
in
now
14 minutes.
This is an insurmountable lead. Like, we have now reached critical mass here for Dplus. This gold lead has tripled.
It's a disaster, mate.
And I just don't know if there's any coming back here.
I mean,
it'll take a real long game, I think, for Caps and Hansama and SkewMond to come online.
So
I think they get Giga outscaled too, you know. Like I just think the draft, in every way possible,
Okay.
All right, I'm
is better
for it, yeah.
So
for DK.
I mean, look, the graphic agrees, yeah.
This is going to be really difficult. I think, okay, Lucid is going to come on over and look to see whether he can get some of his popcorn chickens. He's going to survive. I think that this was a
Nasus
really
is fine in isolation against Vi, but
and practice choice
bro.
from CV Max.
Yeah.
I think that their read on the meta looks good.
Their like split map gamble was really bad.
I know it's controversial, Wolf. I know it's controversial.
that's a bit of a results-based...
No, it's outcome-focused, okay?
Okay, there we go. Yeah, sorry. We hate results-based analysis. But
no, that's for losers. We're about outcome-focused assessment over here.
It can be a little bit better.
Q stacks with magic? No, it's only Q, bro.
I don't think we've seen the power of what G2...
But you think Nasus gets stacks with E? That would be crazy.
And, you know, in some ways, I don't know if we even saw Dplus's comp do what it's supposed to do in this game. The Camille we saw a lot. We saw the Vi do a lot.
The ace of failure into no paycheck is crazy combo.
Has been practiced a lot by this team. And so the practice working out here for Dplus.
And my read when we came into the draft was I thought G2 had the better one. And Dplus came with not only the draft, but the early strategy, right? The invade of the Raptors.
Dylan's Falcon wins this. Dylan just has a bird.
How well they handled that. As we've got some Dplus fans here in Paris.
Yeah, a lot of Dplus jerseys actually in the audience as well, which is really
Dylan just has a bird that plays League of Legends. As Dylan's like side project, he coaches birds to play League. Oh, it's so desperate, bro. They didn't accomplish shit here. Oh, Capsimus dodges. Right. I can always trust the Camille. SkewMond with the bonk.
And maybe the caster curse has finally kicked in.
I mean, we've been trying real hard.
So hard, man. I feel like
now Dylan being able to, I mean, Nasus being able to stack Q with E would make him the most broken champ in the game. You just E max and just full AP E the wave. Doran shield tier E the wave.
It's a decent start. They've got a Nasus. When it came to scaling, this is where we learnt what scaling was, is when Nasus was in the meta. And so you learn
right.
Does stack up Q, everything's fine.
Career is back for round 2, has to flash back. ShowMaker position is very awkward. Dplus. Okay, it's the best fight possible for G2. Nice knockback for ShowMaker. Here comes Siwoo. Here comes the pain train. Hey, Olaf has no ult. The axe.
The undertow will take down the Ryze, and there goes Labrov.
Siwoo. Leona.
With these axes, by the way, as Sama's gonna have to get himself over the wall, but he's running the wrong direction, and I have a feeling.
Oh, that was the dream fight for G2. There's no way they're coming back in this game. Gold gap, draft gap, play gap.
In this game as well, and so it is taking him
Teeth gap.
Quite a distance, and so he will make his way out.
I noticed that even Cowbell Cowman, who often appears in dire times, you know, when we have long pauses.
Yeah, I know, where is he actually?
Salary gap.
Camera, but he had his cowbell sheathed. He's not even ready to say that this game is playable.
Nice. G2's losing against a team where they are making infinitely more amount of money than them. Infinitely, bro.
A sheathed cowbell is not something that you ever want.
G2 needs to employ TK.
At least get it out.
Now, in defense of G2 again, a lot of this game happened early, and it's now at 18.5 minutes in. Very difficult to make choices that make you look good, that make you be able to get back into this game, right? They're just trying to farm it out, they're trying to scale up, but Dplus are being aggressive. They're not just letting G2 sit back. As we're going to go to this play here from moments ago. A little bit aggressive from Career, and Caps is able to walk it off, and then the re-engage comes through. See ShowMaker here on the bottom side, trying to push Labrov away. This shove, really nice from ShowMaker. It actually saves the bottom part of the fight for them. But Dplus trusted it. They were already pushing towards the top side, and then Siwoo hits these undertows. He does not miss. And look at this from Career.
Okay, we've got some drifting going on here. Oh man, all right, straight to Tokyo there. As Lucid going to be able to get a secondary charge on that inner turret. Inner fell down on the top side of the map. It's a 9,000 gold lead. So in the last
how did DK even fly to the event?
The gold lead never got
they hitchhiked.
It's kind of ridiculous.
Well, Faker, he was winning a lot individually. There were some other problems around the map here and there. It was some back and forth team fights.
That was a very fun series.
We're not seeing back and forth team fights. We're not seeing, you know, it's not just, okay, well, ShowMaker's got a 2,500 gold lead, but
I don't know, bro. This T1 victory just looks more and more fake every day.
That's not necessarily SkewMond's fault. It's a good plan from Dplus.
No, the poor little Ziggs tripped on a rock and he just fell over. Oh, ShowMaker is just having the best time. I swear, Taliyah is so frustrating to deal with if you're a Nasus as well. I feel like it's a genius pick on that front. It's because you're trying to get a race like this large target that's very flickable and thrown around. He was, you know, it's kiting that can be the real problem for the Nasus. And it's continuing to be an issue here as BrokenBlade flashing out of the way. Dplus moving everyone towards this inner turret on the bottom side. The Baron is 27 seconds old, so it might be an option for a little bit later on. But right now, Dplus going to have to siege the old-fashioned way, as G2 just trying to pick up the pieces as best they can. They're going to save at least this next plate on this inner turret, as Dplus going to go home and spend all of that money. And ShowMaker, he is no stranger to the Magi's Soul Stealer, and he's stolen 14 souls so far.
He just, when you see that item in ShowMaker's inventory, that's when Dplus fans know that it's safe to, you know, get up and go get some out of the fridge. You know, you don't need to watch the rest of the game. It'll surely be fine.
Yeah, there was one of those times, and then I woke up with no hair, Wolf. Look. Magi's that game, he was playing Renekton or Jace, I think. He was playing Jace.
He was playing Jace, yeah.
Yeah, so there was no Magi's, so I guess it's fine.
There's no BrokenBlade right now, I have a feeling.
Well, Korea is going to not find the Hextech sweep and then walk away. So BrokenBlade is going to be all right for now. ShowMaker just pushing this wave up, and they are doing such a good job just keeping this pressure up.
Yeah,
we were talking about it before, and that has been a bit of a downside of DK, is often they push.
Would be funny if it came out that like CV Max threatened payroll, and that's why the players are not getting paid. Like he's withholding payment.
Having any opportunities to get back into this game outside of Korea just randomly.
He's just this is just his coaching method.
And you know, I said there's no BrokenBlade. He didn't die, but he has been put down several times. He's 0-3 right now. Denied his back twice. Pushed out of the lane. And unfortunately for G2, it's going to take, I think, 20 more minutes of survival.
Yeah, Mercs are pretty good this game, guys. I see Viktor Mercs, Camille Mercs, Taliyah Mercs, Vi Mercs. Honestly, Olaf could buy Mercs.
The risk they took that puts them in a 10,000 gold deficit. Had they just sat back, maybe they lose too much and the game is out of hand. But I don't know if it would have been.
Maybe Perks just loves Mercs.
The choice they made from the deficit.
Perks Mercs.
Really feeling it now as Caps is, and not like Shulk.
Perks Mercs.
No, they're not feeling it like that. Oh,
G2
no.
Mercs.
To put the Minato away, I think. That's all right. SkewMond going to be tanking up this turret a few times.
Look at that. Siwoo, the ace of failure, playing defensive. Wither on Camille. Oh no, she can dash while withered? No. Wither him, SkewMond.
Korea is just going to try and do his very best to wander his way up. BrokenBlade gets on in
This
here.
is a great way. We're gonna get we kill Camille, you get soul. Trade offer. Trade offer. We get soul, you get to kill Camille.
A story into picture-in-pictures, meanwhile, with the mega going mini and fans surprised by the teleport.
Yes.
But he did end up getting over there. He did end up picking up the kill, so it ended up being worth it. Although it's not normally how we see Gnar teleport. In this case, it made a lot of sense.
And it's 6 turrets to 0.
Big Zaya, question mark? In AP carry ball lane meta? Good luck. Zaya's biggest counter is mages, and in most games there's 2.
With the desk being fully LCK and us being LCK here on the caster desk. And I know they were we did a lot of grief for saying he thinks G2 is going to take, but I really expected.
No, I did too. I thought they were favorites, 100%.
Okay.
Alright, Siwoo. Alright, Siwoo, $5.
Olaf, and he's just gonna flash himself out.
Will DK just end the game here? Watch out for the wither. Holy CC chain from Labrov. That's kind of nice. Damn, career with the Camille mechanics. That's Nasher.
Smash takes down Labrov, and Dplus, they just brought down the wallets, and G2 were taken out.
Yeah, that was a very I mean, what do you it's an Olaf that's pretty significant.
You know what's withering, bro? The G2 hype that they built up after beating T1 and reverse sweeping top esports. That's withering.
That was a good part.
Yeah,
that was a good bit.
Dplus did kill the Baron.
Okay.
No more. Hold on.
I mean, she was pretty killable here as well, as Baron is going to get taken down. That is going to be Korea somehow that manages to get that one, because they didn't have a jungler. Still, BrokenBlade coming on over, and the rest of DK gonna look to try and escape. Remember,
doesn't have ult.
You do kind of have to keep everyone alive. As ShowMaker just goes up into the sky for some reason, instead of using the blast cone in order to escape, kind of trolled by his teammates.
G2 hype into England hype. I'm withered, coach.
Maybe straight back in, but the Zenith Blade will not connect. Maybe luckily for
That's
Bro,
crazy.
as it would have followed him underneath the inner turret. But that is a very deep teleport.
Oh, yeah.
Smash making his way over as well. And Siwoo wants to cut them off. Caps, oh dear, he's extraordinarily dead, but can Hans stay alive? That is the question. Lucid going to be left to 1v1 him, and that is not a very fair one for the Ziggs. Down will go the Leona as well. And now Dplus, they're going to break open the base. And is this just the end of the game?
It looks likely because they've got Baron buff. They've got a lot of damage here, and they are just sweeping through this inhibitor. BrokenBlade level 14 just kind of running back
I don't know.
to the fountain here.
This was just decimation, bro.
Hits and it hits hard.
It all came from stemmed from that level 1 plan.
The cease and assist there as well, as SkewMond is just going to get eviscerated. Down will go the Gnar as well, or at least onto the fountain, as the Nexus turrets fall one after the other. The Nexus to follow, and Dplus, they do not want to be eliminated from EWC. That was an absolute shellacking in game number 1.
It all started in the early game, but the most impressive part of Dplus's win was how they gave G2 no quarter, constantly